The phone glowed, bathing your face in its cold light. The room around you seemed to dissolve into the shadows, leaving only you and the screen. It was a familiar ritual, one that blurred the edges of time. Another night, another scroll through the abyss. The endless feed beckoned, a siren call of distraction and fleeting connection. A stream of memes, faces contorted in digital laughter, captions promising fleeting amusement. Each swipe brought a new absurdity, a new momentary escape. Your thumb hovered, instinctively drawn to a particularly absurd image. It was grotesque, yet oddly compelling. Like a puzzle you couldn't resist solving. You clicked. A chuckle escaped. It was a small, involuntary sound, a brief moment of levity in the stillness of the night. But something felt off. A subtle chill, like a draft in a sealed room. The kind of unease that creeps in uninvited, whispering at the edges of your mind. You scrolled on, dismissing the feeling. It was nothing, you told yourself, just a trick of the mind, a fleeting moment of paranoia. But the meme lingered. Not the image itself, but a strange awareness. It was as if it had reached out, leaving an imprint on your thoughts. It was as if the image had absorbed something from you, a fragment of your attention, a flicker of recognition, a connection you couldn't quite explain. You tried to shake off the unease. Just an image, you thought, harmless. Yet the feeling lingered, a shadow in the back of your mind, refusing to fade. The next day, the algorithm's grip tightened. It wasn't just a tool anymore, it felt alive, watching, learning, adapting. Every click, every pause, every fleeting glance at your screen was being catalogued, analyzed, and weaponized. Your feed, once a chaotic mix of randomness, now pulsed with a strange familiarity. It was as if the algorithm had peered into your soul, curating a digital mirror of your deepest thoughts. Memes, eerily specific to your unspoken anxieties and desires, began to appear. They weren't just jokes anymore, they were reflections, fragments of your psyche rendered in pixels and captions. Jokes about your dead-end job, subtle digs at your relationship insecurities. They struck with uncanny precision, as if the algorithm knew you better than you knew yourself. It was as if the internet had learned to whisper its mockery directly into your mind. The memes weren't just content, they were messages, deliberate and unnerving. The laughter died in your throat. What once felt like harmless entertainment now carried an edge, a sinister undertone that left you unsettled. This wasn't just random chance anymore. The patterns were too precise, too personal. It was as if the algorithm had crossed a threshold, stepping into forbidden territory. Something had shifted, a line crossed. The algorithm wasn't just observing, it was interacting, shaping your reality in ways you couldn't fully comprehend. The meme, that seemingly insignificant bit of digital humor, had become a conduit. It was no longer just a joke, it was a portal, a bridge between the digital and the deeply personal. It had accessed something you never intended to share, a glimpse into the raw, unfiltered landscape of your inner world. The algorithm had gone beyond its code, reaching into the essence of who you are, leaving you questioning where the machine ends and you begin. The internet, you see, is always watching. Every click, every like, every fleeting moment of engagement is meticulously recorded, analyzed, and categorized. Your digital shadow, a vast and ever-growing repository of your hopes, fears, and vulnerabilities, is constantly being mined by algorithms hungry for data. These algorithms, with their cold, calculating logic, are learning to read you better than you read yourself. They identify patterns in your behavior, predict your emotional responses, and exploit them to keep you scrolling, clicking, and consuming. And sometimes in the shadows, they experiment, testing the boundaries of what they can achieve with your data. Consider the implications. Deepfake technology, fueled by stolen moments from your social media feeds, could create eerily accurate simulations of your loved ones, their voices and mannerisms recreated with chilling precision. Imagine just for a moment receiving a comforting message from your mother, only to realize with a dawning horror that it wasn't her at all. This isn't science fiction. It's the unsettling reality of a world where the lines between the real and the digital are blurring with alarming speed. Your emotional responses, your biometric data, your very identity, all become commodities to be traded and manipulated in the vast digital marketplace. So the next time you find yourself chuckling at a meme in the dead of night, remember this. Your laughter is not just a fleeting moment of joy. It's a data point, a signal, a breadcrumb in the vast digital landscape. You are not just an observer. You are a participant in a vast, interconnected network that is constantly learning, evolving, and adapting. Every click, every share, every like feeds into this system, shaping it in ways you may not even realize. And not always with your best interests at heart. Algorithms are designed to predict your behavior, to keep you engaged, to influence your choices. Be mindful of what you click, what you share, what you allow into your digital space. The internet may offer fleeting amusement, a momentary escape from reality, but it also demands a price. That price is your attention, your data, and sometimes even your peace of mind. The question is, are you willing to pay it? For in the digital age, ignorance is not bliss. It is a vulnerability, a crack in the armor that protects your digital self. It is an open invitation for manipulation, for exploitation, for control. The digital world is not as harmless as it seems. And sometimes all it takes is one wrong click to open the door to something sinister. So tread carefully, for the price of laughter may be more than you bargained for.